please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
To those guests who've just joined us, welcome. Our next stop is the Magic Kingdom. Ladies and gentlemen, we are approaching our station at the entrance to Main Street, USA, gateway to the 7 theme lands of the Magic Kingdom.
Welcome aboard the Monday Morning Monorail podcast. This is Justin Monorail, and this is episode number 206 of the Monday Morning Monorail podcast. Today is June 17th, 2024. Happy Father's Day to all of those out there. I know we're a day late, but hey, it's the month of fathers. We get to celebrate all month long, so congratulations to you. Congratulations to me, because I fall in that category. And because Landon won't be here today, I get to call myself Zaddy Monorail the entire show. But I do have one Monorail co-pilot here with me who will, I think, be supportive of this activity. And that is, of course, Stephers. Stephers, welcome to the Monorail and happy Father's Day to you.
Hello, it's me. It is true. I am a father. I am so sorry for breaking this news live on the internet. But fun fact,
well,
you didn't know, but now you did.
You've got a Gimli. Do you ever get...
No.
You do have a Gimli. Do you ever...
No, I mean...
Don't say no before I've asked my question, Stephers. You don't ever give Jackson a card from Gimli or a little gift?
No, you want to know why? Jackson is terrible with cards. Like, he doesn't like cards. He's like, this is a waste of paper. And then I think of getting him like a cute little shirt or a cute little mug. He doesn't want more mugs. He ain't gonna wear the shirt. So then I'm like, all right, so what else do I got? He doesn't wear jewelry.
Oh.
He doesn't wear watches. He doesn't, like, what am I gonna do? So there we are. The answer is no. And you know what? He doesn't do anything for Mother's Day. My mom, last year or the year before, got me a cute little mug that says Happy Mother's Day from Gimli, and it has a cute little beagle on it, and that was my mom.
That's sweet. Well, did you say to Jackson, did you show him that mug and go, oh, look at this, look how sweet?
Of course I did. What do I look like?
I'm going to have to have a little talk with Jackson. He's got to pick it up here.
It's okay. It's really funny. We're recording this before Father's Day, so I'm going to say this, and then I'll let y'all know how this goes. But... my friends, so for those who don't know, my dad passed away like 11 years ago. So I have him, he got cremated, so I have him in like this gold box. And my friends every year for the past, like, how many years have I known them? Like 3 years, have said, like, you know how some restaurants do like a discounted meal or like bring your father so you get a discounted meal? They're like, bring your dad with you to the restaurant and sit him on a chair and like go out to lunch with him. And like, I'm saying this very nonchalant, like it's not like I don't have a tough time during Father's Day, but like my friends just try to make me laugh, and I'm like, I mean, I could get a discounted meal, and I think I said it to my friend yesterday, the day before, and they're like, yeah, but like he has to eat the meal, and I said, yeah, so I order it for him, and then like they look the other way, and I eat it for myself. What do you mean? Like what kind of issue would I have? So we'll see if I actually do that this year.
Okay,
to be determined.
Your friends have a dark sense of humor.
Listen, yes. They don't want me to be sad about it, so they try to make fun of me and my life and bring joy to my heart or something. Listen, if you can't laugh, then you cry, and here we are.
That's true. And what are friends for, after all? I mean...
There's something. I'll keep them, I guess.
Well, I should say, I get that, like, holidays like Father's Day and Mother's Day are difficult for a lot of people. So I do appreciate that. So in honor of that, I won't go by Zaddy Monorail all episodes.
No.
I'll walk that back.
No. This is our one opportunity in life in which it aligns with Father's Day. And Landon's not here. So Zaddy Monorail is here to stay. I don't know why. Like, yes, We respect those and we send love to those who are having a tough time, including myself.
Yes.
But that does not invalidate your fatherhood and your title.
Well.
So.
All right. I'll take it.
Take it.
Take it. Take it and like it.
I'm making hand gestures at Justin. I just want everyone to know because this is an audio podcast and you can't see it.
Well, Landon is not here tonight, and it's not because he's been suspended. He's on a very...
He hates us.
No, he doesn't hate it. Well, he might, but I don't know. He hasn't just come out and said that, so I don't know. But he is on a romantical getaway with his smoking hot girlfriend in Asheville, North Carolina. And
he's not coming to see Stephers. I'm going to say that live on the internet. Landon, a map would show you where we're close. We're close, but it's fine. I'll just cry.
But this is the episode for Monday, June the 17th, 2024. So a couple things happening this week. First of all, Juneteenth is Wednesday, so happy Juneteenth. Mm-hmm. And I actually have my Tiana's Bayou Adventure preview. If you're listening on Monday, my preview is today. I could be in the parks, depending on when you listen. I may be riding Tiana's Bayou Adventure right now. And I am so excited to get in there and try this for myself. I'm just crossing my fingers that it's a good operational day. And, well, I guess number one, I should cross my fingers that we get the virtual queue. That's first and foremost. And then two, that it's a good operational day and things are flowing, pun intended. But I'm very excited. And as part of my excitement, I wanted to share something that I found on the Disney Parks blog related to Tiana's Bayou Adventures. Or just one, her one Bayou Adventure. But if you ride it multiple times, you're going on multiple adventures with Tiana. Yeah. So really, you're not wrong, but that is not the correct name of the ride. That's true. It's just one adventure. But they posted a little fact sheet, and it was Tiana's Bayou Adventure by the number. So I want to share this, and there's a couple of reasons, but I'll highlight them when we get to them. First of all, 2009. That's how many fireflies are featured in this attraction. Why 2009? That's something we should look into. Is that when the movie came out? I'm actually going to look that up because that's obviously a year. Yeah. So 2009 seems like it could be when Princess and the Frog came out. 2009, that's when Princess and the Frog came out. There you go. Nailed it. Way to go. Look at us. We're being so smart. Way to go, Imagineers. All right. How about this one? 1927, the year Tiana's Mardi Gras season party takes place. That must just be related to when the time frame of the movie. So I'm not going to dig a little deeper. A little... knew you were going to do that. Mass students danced through the streets of New Orleans in what is considered the city's first Mardi Gras celebration in 1927. There you go. Amazing. Okay. The first Mardi Gras celebration. Fantastic. 50 feet. Well, that's just the height of the biggest drop. Yeah. They didn't change it. They didn't raise it or lower it with the new ride. 48, the number of all new audio animatronic figures in the attraction. And the reason I wanted to bring this up was because I remember the first time we got a sneak peek of what one of the Tiana animatronics was going to look like. And we were like, okay, that's amazing. But what if there's only just this one in there and that's it? We did say that when we first talked about the ride. Yeah. But as we've seen, whether we wanted to or not, there are a lot more in there than just the one Tiana. Some of them are going to be more animated than others, but in fact, there are 48. 40 inches is the minimum height requirement for guests to ride. 19 is the number of critters, including a turtle, raccoon, rabbit, fox, bear, and frogs that appear in this ride. 18 is the number of songs in the attraction. How do you squeeze 18 songs into 11 minutes? It does not say full songs, though. That's true. That's true. That's a good point. And you couldn't. There's no way unless they're the shortest songs you've ever heard. 11 minutes is the duration of the ride. 5 original songs, including Special Spice, which Stephers and I have raved about. We already like that song a lot. 3, the number of critter bands guests will encounter. We're going to encounter 3 different critter bands. And then 2 opportunities to smell beignets during the ride. 1 photo op. They don't have this on here. 1 photo op. And as I always tell you, never waste a photo op. You got to be ready for it. You got to know where to look. Have your pose pre-planned, and then you will nail that photo every time. I love making eye contact with the camera. 2 requests. Yeah. But only one. You might only be able to do one. 2 requests. First one is a very generalized big request, and that is to get the content, obviously, so I can share with our friends on the Instagram. Of course.
And like YouTube if we want to be fancy.
Yeah, I'll try.
Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel at Morning Monorail. Second, hear me out. Buy a beignet before you ride the ride, right? Like you got your virtual queue, you're about to line up. You got your bag of your beignet, and then you're going down the drop, mouth full of beignet. like that's the photo. That's the moment.
You're right. That would be the best way to do it. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. Are they currently being sold?
That idea
right now?
You can just go to, I don't remember. Yeah, someone I follow had beignets. I don't know where they purchased them though. I'll have to investigate. But like,
I know you can always get them at like French Quarter, but I just don't. Or Port Orleans, but
to save your time to go to a resort to then go to the park, I'll see if I can find out.
Okay. Yeah, we'll
check it out.
We'll check it out. I mean, I know that they were selling them for a while, and with the launch of Tiana's Bayou Adventure, there are going to be a lot of special foods and treats. And by the way, in the Monday Morning Monorail Facebook group, there was a request for some coverage of these new tasty treats that are being rolled out for the Tiana's.
That was a very big request indeed.
Yeah, so I will definitely.
Everyone knows we love food.
Oh, we love food. I love tasting it on your behalf and then telling you all about it. Here's something that I don't know while I'm making YouTube content or Instagram, whatever it may be. Do you want to see people eat? I'm very split on this. I don't know if people want to see that or they'd rather just see what it looks like and then me give the review after. Because in my YouTube video where I tried the market street corn, the grilled street corn in Animal Kingdom, I definitely have, you can see me taking a bite of the corn. I don't know if people want to see that. So anyway, maybe some people do, some people don't. You can't please everybody, can you?
I mean, never mind. Let me not. Yeah, you can't please everybody. It is what it is, but that's okay. I did put a poll in Facebook that you can vote on. I gave 3 options because those were the ones top of mind, but obviously you can fill in your own at your leisure. At your... ew.
It makes it sound classier, Steffers. We're classing the place up.
We're not classy. I don't know why you're making us try to be.
We're classy and we're gassy. That's how we do things around here.
Landon's not here, so...
Aren't you the one that said you were pooping in the monorail last week? So I don't know. I don't know if we should be putting that on Landon.
We don't need to dig up old wounds, okay?
Okay. Fair enough. You know what? I was just mentioning that you can't please everybody. And that feels like a really good segue to our first news article. So I say let's jump right on headfirst into the news. That's right, dreamers. We have scoured the internet and we have gathered all of the tasty morsels from the blogs, the vlogs, all of the news websites regarding Central Florida theme parks, and we brought them here to serve them up to you. I want to start with something that's been a bit of a controversial subject, and that is...
Do we have to?
Yes, we do. I want to address it just specifically for the sake of reason, being the voice of reason around here, because somebody's got to do it. The walls, we celebrated it last week. The walls came down around Communicore Hall, and now it is officially open. As of June 14th, Communicore Hall, everything is open. Actually, I think it may have opened on the 10th. People are getting a look at this place, and the reviews are in, and they are very disappointed. But here's the thing. First of all, I think the outdoor stage looks really cool. People are saying the only issue there is just weather-wise and sun. There's not really a lot of shade to watch that new Celebration Encanto show, which looks great. I watched some videos about that. It looks really fun. But the indoor part of the Communicore Hall is what people have a problem with, because they're saying it's bland. It looks like a high school cafeteria. It looks like the DMV. It just looks like this big, empty, generic space.
My DMV doesn't look that nice.
Well,
or empty, or
most of them don't. Most of them don't. And here's the thing. So, on one hand, I totally get this response, because in any of the concept art we've seen, it looks much more colorful and dynamic. And they've got these beautiful displays of like this big Figment statue, and it looks all purpley and gold and green and Mardi Gras colors. And it just looks different. However, when this place was announced, we were told, we don't listen and we don't remember, but we were told this was going to be a space that was used for private events and for festival, like, I guess, exhibits. And I think they've got like an open kitchen too, where they can do food demonstrations and different things there. But essentially it's a white box. That's all it was really meant to be. If you look at it, it looks like Connections Cafe. And I think that's probably intentional. So I don't really understand. Is it just that people want to criticize every little thing that Disney does no matter what? That could be part of it. Or is it legitimate? Stephers, I'm asking you because I have a very strong opinion about this. So I want to know how you felt as you have seen the insides and the detail of Communicore Hall.
Okay, so there's a twofold statement thing that I'm going to say. First, I just read this really, to me, profound tweet that I'm going to send to Justin to read while I say my other part of my statement, just so see if it's appropriate for me to say on the internet. Second, I think the biggest hang-up, well, I don't want to say the biggest hang-up, but I think a hang-up with this is when you have something like concept art that you put out into the world and you say, the shiny new thing that is possible in a land far, far away, an example, Beyond Big Thunder. Right. Just an example. And then you open said thing that you release said thing that you shared concept art about. You have set expectations of what this thing will be. Mm-hmm. And then you're disappointed when the image in your brain does not match up to what was planned or proposed or XYZ thing. Sure. Yes, concept art can change over time. Yes, plans change over time. XYZ. I get it. I think this is a case of, for lack of a better saying, overpromise, underdeliver, because this big, beautiful thing was quote unquote promised. And then we get an empty hall for, festivals, AC breaks, whatever the heck they're going to use this space for. Yeah. I will say I can appreciate the space because when I go to Epcot, I find that a lot of the sitting area is outdoors, and I'll find myself in a store, like shopping for AC, and that's in my head, other than sitting through a show or whatever.
Don't give them any ideas. They're going to start selling AC to us.
Well, I find that I can't, sometimes I just want to sit and I just want to break. And I find at Epcot, especially, there are so many things I want to do, but there's no indoor seating area that I can just sit. I have to go catch the America show, and then I fall asleep because I'm dehydrated and getting heat stroke. You know what I mean? This is just a nice little baseline. Could they have done more with it? Obviously. Do I wish this was innovations? Obviously. Interventions? What did I just say? Whatever I just said. You know what I'm trying to say. Yeah. I'm going to retweet this tweet because I
saw what you sent me, and I will say, I think what you're really hitting on is the same thing that we've talked about for many other projects, including the Galactic Star Cruiser. It's a marketing problem more than it is anything else. It's like Disney needs to do a better job on the front end controlling the story. And if they had got out in front of this, because I'm with you guys. I remember that multi-level festival center that they promised us before COVID that was going to have the garden on top and the viewing area for fireworks like that. It looked like a spaceship and it looked amazing. And we were all excited for that. Well, that went away and we weren't getting that. And I feel like as they started talking more about Communicore Hall, they were starting to try their best to lower our expectations. I want to say this though. I think that they hit it out of the whole park, out of the Epcot park with the World Celebration Gardens that they gave us. Now, I miss the Fountain of Nations. I love the Fountain of Nations. I loved old Epcot, but the World Celebration Gardens with the outdoor workspace with all the plugs and all the tables and all the dynamic, like all the lighting, like I love that space. I think it's amazing. It is very rare when any parks, not just Disney, give you space that is like non quote unquote revenue generating. It's not a ride. It's not going to bring people in. It's a space to relax. It's a space to cool off. It's a space to veg and hang out and connect with people. And we don't get a lot of that space. And now I did see somebody tweeted a side by side of the old Innoventions hallway versus the new Communicore hall. And really it just looks it looks very similar. It looks very similar, but this is more sterile. But I don't know. Like, I guess I'm just fighting against the fact that it feels like there's so much negative coverage of everything right now. And
Well,
I don't know that we need to always be tearing
I
everything
think that's kind of unfortunately, fortunately, I think that's just the time we live in where we are so critical of the things that we consume or that are around us. I will say I'm interested to see this space during a festival. I think that might change a lot of opinions of this space depending on how Disney wants to utilize it. At the end of the day, I hate to draw this comparison, but it reminds me during the World Catching on Fire where they had those stations. What were they called? They had those little, like in the little tent areas where you could like
I know what
relaxation
you're talking about.
stations or whatever they're
stations. That's what they were. Yeah,
that's literally what this reminds me of.
Okay,
in like a less less aggressive manner, but I do think people hopefully their opinions will change when a festival is going on. Listen, at least it's open. It could, like, we still could have the walls, we still could have like nothing there. At least this is a baseline, if nothing else, for whatever's to come in the future. I get the negative feedback. I can see where they're coming from, but also this is what we got. This is what they put their money and time into, so we have to just kind of take it and see where it progresses and how it goes. I do like the outside. It lights up. It's cool. It's hip and fun.
I like the outside too.
I love lights.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for lights.
Listen, the inside doesn't give me anything, and without experiencing it in person, I can't really say heads or tails. I will say the mural on the wall for the Mickey, I think it's the Mickey and Friends meet and greet. That looks fantastic. I love that. I love the art style that they're moving into.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta take the good with the, what not your favorite kind of thing, and just roll with it until Disney. Let's be honest, y'all. Let's really be honest. It's gonna change in the next X amount of time anyway. So
well, and the good news, it's literally a white box. They can do whatever they want with it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it will change. And I agree. I think the right approach is to say this was sold to us as a festival center. There's no festival in Epcot right now. So why don't we wait and see what happens during Food and Wine? Because I think that people will have a different opinion of it. So we'll see.
You know what I think?
What do you think?
Maybe they'll set up little cute booths. So we have something here where it's like a vendor hall. Like maybe a smaller scale of that,
Yeah,
Maybe.
it could be.
We'll see.
It absolutely could be. It could be. They may end up using it like the festival center that's out there between. It's like near Canada.
Yeah. I've been in there only once. I didn't know it. Well, I knew it existed. I just didn't know where it was until last time I went to Disney and I saw it. I was like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Cute.
It's cool when it's all utilized and decked out. Huge bathrooms too. Just by the way, I appreciate a giant bathroom where I can find my own space.
That's not what I thought you were going to say. But yeah,
we don't need to get into it. But I'm going to balance out my overly positive take because people are going to be like, "You're a shill. Disney's paying you, quote unquote. Disney's paying you to say good things." I wish they were.
I wish.
Trust me. I wish they were. I'm going to balance it out with this one. The next article is from blogmickey.com. Epcot Vice President declares Epcot Overhaul project complete. with the opening of Communicore Hall. Now, here's the statement. It's a very exciting time to be at Epcot. After years of creative vision, innovation, and dedicated work, I'm thrilled to share that this historic transformation of our park is complete. The construction walls have come down around World Celebration, and Communicore Hall, Communicore Plaza, and Mickey and Friends will open to all starting June 10th. These beautiful new spaces speak to the heart of the World Celebration neighborhood, which focuses on experiences that bring communities together. As you come together with your family and friends to explore these new areas, here are a few things I'm most excited for you to see. So she goes on to say some other things. But my problem with this is at this point, should we assume with this statement that the Play Pavilion is gone off the table? Like nothing's going to happen with that Wonders of Life Pavilion? What about the Spaceship Earth upgrade, overhaul, refurb? And is she not including, we already know Test Track's going down and going to be upgraded. So what does this mean exactly? Is this like are we just saying like most of the walls are down now, so we're done, but not really done? I don't get it. I don't understand.
Okay, so then the question becomes, this is my interpretation of this statement. The construction walls have gone down. So you don't necessarily need construction walls for a refurbishment. They aren't, if they were to update Spaceship Earth, in my head, you don't need a construction wall. You just need to close it. Because what are they, honestly, how are you going to change the ride queue for Spaceship Earth? I don't really think you can do much. I think it's all internal and like you move some stuff like they do their magic when they decorate, but like they move some stuff in, whatever. I mean, this is very like best case scenario.
Yeah.
As for everything else, I think I wouldn't say everything is scrapped or off the table. I would just say I think our interpretation of this should be literal construction walls are done. You know what I mean? Like it's like when they have the soft openings of things and until they have the grand opening, like it's not quote unquote complete. Like I think this is just signifying that what they set out to do in terms of naming XYZ thing, opening XYZ thing to have people inside, that is complete. The park, that wouldn't make sense because especially Epcot being the park for, what's to come in the future and how things are going to change technologically and all that stuff. I don't think that that's a fair assumption to make, but maybe it is. And I'm just being optimistic.
Well, no, but I think you're probably looking at it the right way. I mean, we know it's not like the statement means, okay, this is Epcot and this is how it's going to be forever. That's definitely not what it means. But maybe it really does mean, hey, our intent was to transform Future World into World Celebration. And now they've done that. And so, everything that they do within World Celebration, or the other neighborhoods, as they call them, that's still on the table.
I think they've laid the foundation.
Yeah.
They're showing you the foundation. And now it is up to us to kind of just ride the wave of, what's to come.
All right. I'm going to go with you on this one, Stephers, because I like that better. I am sad that we're not going to get the Mary Poppins additions to the UK pavilion.
That I think is scrapped. But
yeah. I think that's gone.
I think that's a missed opportunity for them, but I think, hot take, I do think they're reaching a level of they're biting off more than they can chew because they are doing so much in like all around the world. They're doing so much, you know what I mean? Like in their other avenues, It's not like they're not doing stuff. It's just, I think they're focusing their efforts elsewhere. I think that's what they're doing. I think this is a diversion. Hey, we have XYZ thing on the horizon everywhere else. So hey, we're opening this and it's open for the public and we're done. And then when they get their bearings back, they'll reel it back in. Yeah,
I think you're right. I think that we are approaching almost like a reset kind of point. Mm-hmm. Basically, they're saying, okay, we had to change and adjust on a lot of the things we wanted to do because of COVID. Now we have at least closed the loop on those things. Now maybe, especially with Epic on the horizon at Universal, we take, and now they've got this new development deal with the Central Florida Tourism Oversight District. We're moving forward there. They settled the lawsuits with DeSantis in Florida. this is a time maybe now where they take a step back and look in the mirror and they say, where are we? Where are we going? Sure, we've got these things we've thrown out like Beyond Thunder. We know we're doing the Dino Land revamp. But like, where are we taking each one of the parks for the next 5, 10, 15 years? I think you're right. I'm going to go with that, Stephers. I'm going to say essentially we're hitting like a reset point. And then maybe in the next year, we start to get a better vision of what the next steps are going to be like. So I like that outlook. Sure. You know, one of the things we've learned as we've been doing this podcast for a while, a long time. And one of the things that we've learned, especially doing M3-4D, is that ideas never die at Disney. So there are things that were put on the table and shelved for decades and ended up becoming something later. So just because it's not happening now or they're not talking about it doesn't mean something is not going to happen. So that's what I'm going to choose to believe and keep in my heart. And it'll make me feel excited about the future. And I do feel excited about the future. So our next couple of articles that I've got for us to go over are actually directly from the Disney Parks blog. This past week, Disney did a little media event that we were not invited to for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know how we weren't on the list, but it was called a Dig a Little Deeper Showcase. And not only were they going over, you know, some of the things that we're getting here, the Country Bear Musical Jamboree, which debuts, now we know. We have a date. We didn't know last week. Now we know. Debuts July 17th, which I'll be honest is earlier than I thought it was going to be. But that's barreling toward us pretty quick. We also got a first look at the Little Mermaid musical adventure. And I just want to say I'm thrilled because one of the things that's confirmed is we're getting those blacklight puppets again. That was one of my favorite parts of the old Little Mermaid show. You had the whole, like, you turn off the lights and then you've got these like fish and different things flying around the stage. So that's very cool. And here's what we learned about this a little bit. The story is being told from Ariel's viewpoint as a young, empowered, strong heroine searching for where she belongs. This brand new show will build on elements from the previous one, but with a whole new cast of puppets, physical set pieces that showcase the different aesthetic, and 2 additional music numbers. Daughters of Triton and the iconic Kiss the Girl will now be included for guests to enjoy. And they've got a little picture of, they're doing a mocap for the new Ursula. And I don't know if that means it's going to be, surely that's going to be an animatronic. That, if you ever saw the old Little Mermaid show, I think it was just called Voyage of the Little Mermaid. There was a really impressive Ursula animatronic that they used on stage. I think it was like part puppet, part animatronic. So nice to get a little teaser there. And we learned it will debut in the fall of 2024. I'm excited for that. I really honestly thought that theater was just going to be either demolished or something brand new was coming. I never imagined the Little Mermaid would come back. So I'm pretty excited for that.
Well, okay. Hold on. I want to debunk that statement you just made.
Do it. Debunk me.
They just released a new Little Mermaid. So like,
yeah, I know, but it just set that I'll tell you why. That theater sat empty for a long time, and
correct.
It's in such a weird spot.
Correct.
That I just thought maybe they were going to do something with that whole animation courtyard. So I thought that's
very fair.
Yeah, but
another hot take is Stephers has not seen that show ever in her life. So
well,
first time for everything.
Another thing to add to the list, Stephers, of things we have to do the next time you come down.
Okay, so here's the thing. Mm-hmm. Actually, we'll talk offline.
Okay.
We'll talk offline.
Okay.
I have ideas. I'm plotting low key.
All right. I'm excited for this offline conversation. Let me see if there was anything else I wanted to mention on this. I think those were the main things.
Those were the main things.
Yep.
Oh.
What have you got?
No, that's it. That's it.
Okay. Yeah, and then the last thing was just we are celebrating 30 years of The Lion King, and there are going to be ways to celebrate over at Disney's Animal Kingdom. Again, this is from the Disney Parks blog. Yep.
Can I do another hot take?
Yeah.
I'm like 99% 95% positive I've never seen the original Lion King, and I've only seen Lion King 3.5 or 2.5 or whatever that half one that they came out with was.
So, Stephers, I don't know if I can recover from this.
I'm like 90%. Like maybe when I was like a wee little kid.
That took the
that's
air
all I
out
got
of me.
for you.
Wow. Do you have no interest?
Okay, so here's the thing. It's like Bambi. Please do not at me. I haven't seen Bambi either. I think it's because I know like the R.I.P. Ripper Dipper Skipper, and I can't. There's something, and I know it's animated, and I know like they're not real. I cannot any movie or show or anything that has some sort of animal Ripper Dipper Skippering. I can't. I can't. I Am Legend never saw it. Like, because I just get so sad.
Okay.
So like I know the premise, and like I watch, the little stuff.
I'm sure
and the characters are funny. You know what I mean? But okay, Stephers cannot.
All right, I got you. So I understand. I mean, especially if you know that there's going to be a pretty traumatic scene in it, which there is. But
that's what I'm saying.
Aside from that, The Lion King is, I mean, it's an all-time classic.
Oh, it's a classic, and I love like the anime. Like there are things about the movie I've seen that I really do enjoy. I won't sit and put myself through that traumatic experience. Okay. And listen, it's a traumatic experience. Also,
it is.
Also, the hyenas scare me and creep me out so much. It's like the eels in The Little Mermaid. Like I almost didn't watch The Little Mermaid because the eels are creepy.
Flotsam and Jetsam are creepier than the hyenas for sure.
Well, the hyenas at least laugh.
Yeah, they're silly, and Ed is dumb. So
Ed and Eddie. Never mind. Wrong thing. Anyway.
Well, even though you haven't seen the film, you can celebrate it, Stephers, and there's several ways you can do that. Over at the conservation station, which if you want to find out how to get there, there's instructions on the Instagram. Me, Justin Monorail, I guide you to the conservation station. And if you can
What great timing on this.
I know, it's perfect. If you can get there, you'll be able to meet Timon and Rafiki. Limited time character interactions. Go check it out. And you can see there will be details about when both characters are available on the My Disney Experience app. And also, at Conservation Station, you can learn to draw characters from The Lion King during the animation experience. Now, here's the important part. There are going to be
there's more.
Lion King anniversary treats.
They look so good.
Oh, yeah. We got a big, adorable, that's in parentheses, Simba paw cookie. Perfect for summer treat that can be found at the outdoor food carts throughout the park. Also, there's a You Follow Old Rafiki cheesecake that looks like a terrarium. It's green on top. It's got grass and a flower, and it's Rafiki as he's meditating.
I like the flower. It's cute.
The dessert is a combination of passion fruit mango cheesecake with coconut lime crust, vanilla bean chantilly, and chocolate medallion on top.
That sounds so good, but it doesn't stop there.
Oh, we got
Okay. Okay, I don't know if I like you had me and then you lost me, but the next one is a Rafiki's squash banana shake with squash bananas, baobab. I don't know. Sure. Fruit, vanilla, cinnamon, and cardamom. What's a squash banana? Is it a squash like a butternut squash, or like squash banana like it's just a banana?
Yeah, I think they're just saying squash banana because that's the song Rafiki sings. But I would imagine it looks like a smoothie to me.
Correct, and it has a cute little. You know how they do latte art? It's a cute little latte art.
Yeah, it's got a
I
symbol.
love that.
That looks great.
And then you can find that at Tiffin's along with the Remember Who You Are, the Lion King 30th anniversary dessert. It's a Kenyan coffee mousse filled with caramelized bananas, chai chantilly, banana caramel sauce, chocolate coffee crumble, chocolate decoration, and a sugar sun. Okay, I need that. That's what amazing. I need. Sign me up. We're going to Tiffin's, y'all. We're going to Tiffin's.
Both of those sound fantastic.
There's more. I thought that was it.
No, there's more.
Still more.
Yeah. Over at 8 Spoons Cafe, you can get the Simba, which is a mango-flavored slushie combined with grenadine, topped with 2 gummy candies, so I know for sure Chicken Nugget would want that. and Timon's Luau, which is a unique dessert that pays homage to Timon's iconic hula. It has vanilla chiffon, passion fruit curd, guava jam, vanilla chantilly cream, and an edible tropical flower for the lei and mint for the hula skirt. Wow.
Yum. Oh my gosh. Okay, now this is me. This is my lane, y'all. This is my lane. We have the Zazu ice cream sandwich, which will likely be one of your favorites all summer. I mean, duh, it's ice cream. It's vanilla ice cream sandwich between 2 blue cake-coated sugar cookies with a chocolate medallion on top.
Yeah.
You can find this treat at Tamu Tamu Refreshment.
So...
Okay, honestly, I wish it wasn't sugar cookie.
Yeah, that makes me a little hesitant. I agree. I don't love...
It's a little too sweet.
It sounds very sweet, yeah.
It needs like a bitter, you need like a oomph, you know? Like a oomph. Anyway.
I didn't know.
I hope you understand me.
I get you. Yeah, you gotta have something with a little edge. I didn't know that baobab trees had fruit. So if you ride Kilimanjaro Safari, of course, you get to see baobab trees. My funny...
That's where I've heard that.
Yeah, my funny story about that is I was riding Kilimanjaro Safari one day, and we didn't have a lot of people on our little truck. It was maybe me and I'm going to say 2 other groups. There was a couple that sat behind me, and then there was like a family that sat in front. The couple behind me, before we ever got to the baobab tree, I guess they were trying to remember what they were called, and they kept going, baobab, baobab. And so then once we got to the baobab tree, then they just were going, baobab, baobab to each other.
It reminds me of Bimbi Bop.
They were having a great time. I don't know what that is, Stephers, but...
Okay, never mind. Anyway, you also can get a Zazu Dole Whip lime and coconut float.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and where is that? Is that also at Tamu Tamu?
It says you have to go to the Disney Eats Story. So I went to the Disney Eats Story, and Tamu Tamu Refreshments, the ice cream Harambe Market for the thing. Hold on, I'm looking. The Dole Whip float, trilobites.
Oh, it's at Trilobites. Okay.
Sorry.
Great.
I had to really think of how to say words.
No, you did it. You did it. And that's great.
And there's going to be a Pumbaa popcorn bucket.
Mm-hmm. That looks cool too. Popcorn buckets. I feel like we get some good ones, but I just always feel like Disneyland gets the better ones. So I'm bitter about popcorn buckets.
Bitter to the bitter end. Sorry.
Just like the bitter little bite that you need in those super sweet treats to take the sweet edge off. So all of these are great reasons to go visit the Animal Kingdom. It's a wonderful place anyway. I'm a little surprised, like the 2 things at Tiffin's sound like maybe the things I'm most interested in. It's crazy that those are just at Tiffin's because that's a signature table service restaurant. But I guess maybe that makes sense. They're getting the best stuff. But yeah, there's already like a lot of really interesting, fun things to eat at Animal Kingdom. Add to it. Just pile it on there. I'll actually not... is it this coming weekend? I'm going to be there on Saturday. Let's see. Yeah. As you're listening to this, I will be in Animal Kingdom on Saturday. So if you're out there, give me a shout. But that's all the Disney news for today. Now, you're going to have to give us a little bit of grace because as we were recording this on Wednesday, if anything drops on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, maybe we don't talk about it this week. We'll catch it next week. But I'm living my best life riding Tiana's Bayou Adventure today. Give me a break. Stephers.
That's me.
Let's go across the Universal. What have you got?
Okay, I don't have a lot because, well, as you said, this is going to literally, I bet you, I can almost guarantee tomorrow after we record this, something's going to drop.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to give you a little tidbit to add to this recording. So as of right now, there's not a lot. They are allowing guests into the Epic Universe Preview Center. Originally, it was just a media preview, and I want to say team members were able to go in there and check it out. But as of Wednesday, there are some guests that are able to enter and kind of check out the space. You will have to go and report back because, well,
I'll do it.
I cannot unless I can teleport, which is not something I have mastered yet.
It would really be awesome if you could go ahead and master that, Stephers. I would appreciate that.
Listen, I am a lot of things, but I am not a mad scientist genius. Sorry. to those who were hoping for that. The only other thing, and I want to say we mentioned this did we mention this last week? I don't know. We were talking about something. We were talking about how Universal has so much land, and they can expand XYZ thing. Alicia Stella on Twitter posted or reposted a kind of breakdown map of like the land Universal has purchased. And I was looking at it, and I will say, I think I retweeted this, so if y'all want to check it out, you can check it out on the Twitter. Epic Universe takes up such a small portion of this land that they have purchased. They didn't purchase more land. They have the land, and then they just only have Epic Universe in kind of production, I guess is the best way to put it. This is insane because they still have so much more room to do things.
So yeah, my question,
I could just be like housing maybe for their team members. It could be like entrances to I don't know.
But my question about this, is it Universal land for sure, or is it just land they're putting in this special taxing district?
Current property codes for the plots of land Universal owns at the South property.
Okay.
And this map shows, so it's like coded, blue is ready for development, and then green is like private, like conservation area.
Okay.
And then in this plot, Alicia circled where Epic is in the overall area that's commercial land. And it makes up a makes up a small portion of it.
Wow.
So, I mean, small relative, like it's sizable still land, but it's just interesting.
What are they going to do with all that land? They're going to give us another park?
So that I know we don't have a question for the audience today or the show, but I would like to pose a question to the audience. And this could be Disney or Universal related. But so everybody in theory would like a fifth gate from Disney. Don't know if we're going to get that. Not sure if they're going to make more improvements or do the expansions and the changes, whatever it might be. But like with the Universal having all this extra land, like what would you like to see? Like, do we get a City Walk 2.0? Do we get like a Downtown Disney vibe? Is it just going to be parking lots and like usable space for, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what the space is really going to entail or what they can do with this space because I don't know how that stuff works. But what are the possibilities? What would we like to see?
Yeah.
That's I think, and that could go for Disney. Like if Disney has a plot of land, which I'm sure they do, whatever, what would you like to see? Because I know Disney does like those communities, like housing communities that, like, I don't know anyone who can afford it, but like, sure. But if you could kind of design your own, build your own, pretend you're in The Sims, right? Like, what would you put there?
I would send 5 hurricanes. I would send Godzilla.
So, hurricane simulator.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No,
that's my thought. I would love to see a City Walk 2.0. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, I would love that.
Be interesting because it's a little odd that Epic will be so separated from City Walk and the other 2 parks. So it'd be kind of cool if they could do something that was closer.
I'm interested to see how so like based off of concept art, and I think how the models show hotel and then park. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if there's stuff from the here to there. Mm-hmm. I think I think it utilizes that space very like close knit.
Yeah.
And I think that's part of like I think it is weird. Like City Walk is like a hub, and I feel like they need a hub.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be nice. It would give it a more connected feeling to the other side of Universal, if you will. So I don't know. Maybe they do or will do something like that. I mean, that they've got a lot of opportunity, and right now, I have to say, and we've been saying it, like Universal's been hot, and like they're hitting home runs back to back, like just over and over again. So, I mean, do they have another bombshell that they're cooking up to just like drop on us? I don't know. But
You know what bomb they need to drop on us? The next Halloween Horror Nights announcement.
they do. I'm ready for that too. Yeah,
Which will probably be tomorrow, let's be honest.
it will. But you said,
fine.
I mean, we can drop in a little Stephers breaking news if we need to. If you got something to say, you just send it on over. I'll pop it in.
You bet your booty I will. But that's all I have for Across the Universal with Stephers.
Okay. Thank you, Stephers.
I do have, because we are the official podcast of SeaWorld.
Yeah.
I do have a piece of SeaWorld news.
This is breaking news.
So, this is breaking news. Yes, exactly. I just happened to find this, but you can stay at the Club Wyndham Bonnet Creek in Orlando's newest one-bedroom deluxe suite inspired by SeaWorld's newest family coaster, Penguin Trek.
Wow.
Right? Stays are now available for this summer starting August 1st through September 8th. And let's be honest, the only reason I want to talk about this article is when you book the 4-person suite, which is available for 3 to 4 night stays starting at $439 a night, you will also get the following: 4 one-day park admissions to SeaWorld Orlando.
Wow.
Free parking.
Mm-hmm.
And this third bullet point, you get a penguin encounter.
Whoa.
You heard me. A penguin encounter. You get all-day dining, SeaWorld reserved seating, one-time quick queue, and 1-day photo key access pass.
Okay.
Okay, and then a portion of each suite booking goes toward the SeaWorld Conservation Fund, a private nonprofit organization that raises support for the conservation projects around the world. But let's rewind back up to a penguin encounter included in your suite stay. I'm sorry?
That's quite a package. That's what she said.
This is a family podcast.
No, bundling that together with a room stay. I saw this, the picture, the first image that they've got in this article, and I couldn't tell if it was like a giant stuffed penguin in the room. There appear to be multiple penguins in this room.
There are so many penguins in this room, and I need them all. I'm sure. Anyone want to split this room with me?
Well, they filled the bathtub with like snowballs and icebergs, and the mirror appears to be frosted. There's a bucket.
SeaWorld, clearly you listen.
There's a bucket of fish in the bathroom.
I have a penguin tattoo. You have reached the appropriate demographic for this news article and this experience. Please, for the love of all that is penguin centered, I will review this like my life depended on it.
Yeah, this is Stephers coded. Please. For sure. Get Stephers
that
in
was
there.
Cute. You used that right. You used that so right. I'm so proud of you.
Hey, I got to be plugged into the lingo. I'm Zaddy Monorail over here.
Exactly. Zaddy Monorail, let's make this penguin.
No one deserves
situation.
that more than Stephers. I was very disappointed that you didn't get invited down for the ET anniversary. It was like the 40th anniversary?
40th anniversary. Tell me I still went down there.
Yeah, but you should have been an honored guest for that.
Listen, I don't disagree with you. I am just saying I don't disagree with you. But I am going to tweet at SeaWorld and say, SeaWorld, if you want to invite me to review this, I will gladly.
Yeah. I think they have to bring you down. First of all, we are recognized globally as one of the best SeaWorld podcasts in 2024. So SeaWorld, you gotta get in on this. Start giving a little bit back. We're giving to you, and Stephers deserves this. Bring her down. Let her stay in the penguin suite and go meet those penguins. No one deserves it more.
I will sob.
That'll be the content they want. Just you crying the whole time.
It's like living my best life. Listen, I can't even fathom. I will cry thinking about it. I met penguins. I did there's a science center and you can play with cat toys with penguins here.
Oh.
And I literally sobbed. I was like, this is so great. This is the best day of my life. I tattooed a penguin on me, people. I mean business.
Yeah. Well, you aren't kidding. It's not a shtick. It's real. It's real life.
Like I am so committed to this bit that I like. Anyway, that is your SeaWorld news.
All right.
We have successfully fulfilled our quota for
We did it.
SeaWorld news.
Thank you, Stephers, for making sure that we checked that box today. All right. I think it is now time for our special feature of today's episode. And we're not going to take a break. We're just going to get right into it. It is the day after Father's Day, after all. And since we're a little light on the news, although we managed to fill up an hour, I think. Where are we at now?
I mean,
we did. We did an hour. But we got to wrap it up with one more little thing, a fun little thing, and we'll see how this goes, because I don't know that either one of us prepared. But we're going to try.
I kind of did.
Okay, you may have prepared more than I did. But in honor of Father's Day, we're going to take a look at fathers across the Disney movie canon, and we're going to make a top 5 list of best fathers from Disney movie history. So I'm going to try my best to go 5-1. I don't know if I'm going to nail it, but I'm going to try. But just to throw out some examples, there's a lot of fathers out there we could talk about. Goofy, for example, he's a father. He's got Max. We could list him if we want to. Of course, we already covered Lion King, Mufasa. I mean, maybe the gold standard. We've got Marlin from Finding Nemo, Maurice from Beauty and the Beast, Pongo from 101 Dalmatians, King Triton. These are traditional dads, but I put a few others out there that we could talk about if we'd like to, including Carl from Up, not actually a dad, but he serves as a father figure in the movie Up. So we've got a few, and Geppetto. Geppetto could be on the list. He's not, is he Pinocchio's dad?
Technically.
I guess he's kind of, but that's questionable. So anyway, let's do our best. We're going to try to go 5-1. And Stephers, you put Prince Eric is technically a dad. Is that because they have a shaggy dog?
No. Have you not seen Little Mermaid 2?
Oh, I haven't. I was talking about Little Mermaid 1. He's got like the big shaggy dog.
I mean, you can include that, but they have a kid in Little Mermaid 2.
Well, no, I didn't know that. I did not know that. I don't like that. That makes me feel weird.
Little Mermaid 2, Return to the Sea, where they have a daughter named Melody.
Melody? Is she a mermaid?
Yes. Ish.
So,
okay, hold on.
I don't know.
She has legs, but she wants to be, it's opposite now. She wants to be a mermaid.
Does she make a deal to be a mermaid?
Listen, you gotta watch the movie.
I'm never gonna watch this movie. I will never see it. Is Mickey a dad if we're talking about fur babies? Because you got Pluto. So is Mickey?
It also has Ursula's sister in this movie. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. I love fun facts about Little Mermaid too, and you can spoil everything for me. I'm not gonna. Okay.
Oh, no.
All right. So Stephers, let's see if we're up to this challenge. Let's start at 5. And since you prepared a little more than me, do you want to go first?
Okay. Wait. We're ranking them like 5th fave to number 1 all time best daddy.
If we can do that, yes. That's the challenge.
Okay.
So, you've got your list. I see them highlighted, so
I know, but like I have to like double triple check. Okay, so 5 I'm gonna put Carl.
Okay. Carl from Up.
Correct. Is my number 5.
Not a traditional dad, but definitely a father figure.
But we stand non-traditional daddies.
We do. Yeah. And
fathers. Let me say fathers, not daddies, because then yeah. Because if we're going daddies, Daddy Tomorrow, number 1. But like, that's not the right. No, it's not right.
That's fair.
Yeah.
No, I like that because yeah, right. And I love at the end when he shows up. Oh my God. That part makes me cry. That movie makes me cry. Do I really have to say it? Every movie I watch.
Everyone. Yeah.
Makes me cry. So technically. Oh, okay. Yeah. I like that. Okay. I'm going to try my best. I think it'd be fun if we pick different ones. So since
I'm making my list.
That's fine. That's fine. So I'm going, now that I see your list, I'm going to try to pick other ones. So since you went Carl first, I think I want to go Bob Parr from The Incredibles as my first. Okay. And I actually
don't really care for The Incredibles, so.
Oh my God, Stephers, thank God Landon is not here. That's like one of his.
I love the hot takes.
That's one of his favorite movies ever, I think. But he loves The Incredibles, and I do too. If you just watched Incredibles 1, you might say, well, is he really the best dad? He's like distracted. He's so in love with like becoming a superhero and getting back to that again. Is he really a great dad? I would say you got to watch Incredibles 2 because then you get to see him. He's more in like the stay-at-home dad mode. He's like teaching his kids math. He's like, I don't understand. Why has math changed? And I totally relate to that. But at the end of the day, like, he's a great role model. He cares about his family. And he protects them with everything he's got. And he allows his kids to embrace he wants them to embrace their superpowers, I believe. There's an article that I got from Just Dads with Questions. It's some blog we found on WordPress. And here's what they say about Mr. Incredible. From being a superhero, I can't say this guy is very extraordinary when it comes to fatherhood. I agree. But he doesn't really get this even in the end. He has a happy ending because he gets to go back to crime fighting. But they're just really talking about the first Incredible. I think you got to watch Incredibles 2 and then you'll really understand how good of a dad that Bob Parr can be. So that's my number 5. Steffers, number 4.
Okay. Hot take. Zeus from Hercules / like adopted papa whose name I don't recall. Now, here's the thing. You have a great father figure that took in a sweet little orphan boy. Uh-huh. But then Zeus really allowed Hercules to choose the love of his life and stay on Earth.
That's true.
With Meg. You know what I'm saying? So, like, neglect, but also neglect. Like, neglect. Balance. It's all about balance.
It's true. It's all about striking that balance. No, that's good. I like that. Zeus is not one that I would have picked, so I'm glad you took that one. For my number 4, I'm going to go Pongo from 101 Dalmatians. And the big reason for that is because, I don't know if you've ever seen this movie. Here's a spoiler alert. Those 101 Dalmatians are not all biologically Purdy and Pongo's babies.
Spoiler!
But a lot of them are. But then he takes it upon himself to sort of serve as the surrogate dad for all of the other puppies that they are trying to save from Cruella de Vil. I think he's a good, caring dad. He is so like, he's wholesome. He's attentive and he's there and he protects his babies. So Pongo is my number 4 best Disney dad. Steffers, number 3.
Okay, so number 3 for me is Marlin from Finding Nemo because that fish went through heck and high water to find his son. And that is the dedication and love that we need in our lives. And you might be wondering, Stephers, how is he not number 1? Well, you know what? The top 3 were really hard for me to choose.
Yeah.
So
yeah, they're all good. No, I think Marlin could make a case for number 1. I think so. I mean, my goodness. No one's gone through more for their troubled child than Marlin.
You know?
Yeah. Okay. My number 3, I'm trying to place 2 and 1. Okay. Yeah. I think this will work. My number 3 is going to be Maurice from Beauty and the Beast. You're making a face there, Steffers.
I am making a face. Please explain what your reasoning is.
Well,
for the folks at home,
Maurice
and for Steffers.
So Maurice is a single dad, and so I give him a little credit for that.
Okay.
He's like a harebrained, like nutty professor kind of guy, but like his treasure in the world, his most precious thing is Belle. That's all he really cares about and wants to protect. So much so that after he was captured in the Beast Castle, he's willing to stay there. He doesn't want her to become the prisoner and change places with him. And then he goes back to town to try to rally up a posse to go save his daughter and everything.
That's fair.
I don't know. Okay. Maurice, I think, is a good dad. I feel like he's he looks like a kind of dad you just want to get a big hug from. Maurice,
I can agree that I do want to hug him.
Yeah, bring it in, Maurice. That's my number 3. All right. Number 2, Steffers.
Okay, number 2 is James from Princess and the Frog. That is my number 2. So you might be wondering, Stephers, why isn't this number one? Well, like I said, the top three are very close. They all are number ones in my heart. But follow your dreams, work hard.
Yeah.
Literally ideal dad. You know what I'm saying? Like, makes my heart happy. And honestly, hot take. Well, not a hot take, because I think everyone can agree. This is such a great movie in terms of like pursuing your dreams and like hard work and like never give up. Like, it's just great life lesson. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I agree with you. James, if you hadn't put James on the list, actually Marlon and James are two that I would have taken myself, but
you can take them. We can share.
I think it's fun to give shout outs to more, like, spread it out and shout outs to more dads. So I don't mind.
Okay.
I don't mind. But I'm just, all I'm trying to do is give you credit and back you up on that one because, yeah, again, another one that had an argument for being dad number one on anybody's list. For sure. Okay. So over to my number two then.
Number two.
Yeah. And I'm going to go with King Fergus from Brave. And the main reason I want to go with King Fergus on this one, and really, you could say this about Maurice, you could say it about James. They encourage their daughters to be who they are and chase their dreams and support them. And even though, there were some traditions that Merida was supposed to follow, and that's why she kind of butted heads with her mom a little bit. She wasn't like her mom. She was more like her dad. I've got this other article from what is this website? It's CBR, which is, I don't know what it is, CBR.com. But here's what they say about King Fergus. Despite deferring to Eleanor's judgment in most of his marriage, King Fergus did everything he could to give his children the freedom he felt they deserved in their day-to-day life. He repeatedly encouraged Merida's interest, despite being told he shouldn't let his daughter fight, explore, or run rampant around the castle. Fergus cared little for societal gender roles as long as his children felt happy and loved. That's what I'm talking about. That's what it's all about. It's support your kids. Let them be who they are. Don't tell them they have to fit in a box. And for that, King Fergus, we salute you.
Weird flex, but sure, we salute you.
We do. All right, Steffers, it's time for number one. Who is on the top of your list?
Zaddy Monorail is my number one Disney dad pick.
I don't
Please
deserve
note,
it.
I typed this out. That's not what I typed out. My number one Disney dad is Pacha.
Okay.
From Emperor's New Groove.
Yep.
Emperor's, listen, there's too many Emperor's New, so I got confused there. He's just so wholesome and really works hard and just prioritizes his family and is all but he's a real dad. You know? He just...
I really like you went
wholesome.
with that one because, again, that's one of those... Emperor's New Groove doesn't get enough love anyway. So, yeah, I love that was included in your list. Number one, though, that's strong. That's a big statement for Pacha, but I love it.
Listen, so hear me out. He just reminds me of you want to hug Maurice, I want to hug Pacha,
Sure.
And he's just out here trying to do the best for his family, and someone, not gonna say who, throws a wrench in his plan. So
It's true.
And he stands up for what's right. You know what I mean? He ain't take no ish.
That's true.
Period.
Yeah. Just like a good dad. Okay. That leaves my number one. And I'm going to say my number one is Mufasa. It's got to be. I was actually glad that you hadn't seen Lion King, and I thought you probably wouldn't take Mufasa. But Mufasa so many things about Mufasa makes him number one. First of all, that voice, the James Earl Jones.
I was going to say that mane. I thought you were going to say that mane.
Look at that mane. Well, it is an impressive mane, but that voice gets me every time. The James Earl Jones, that voice rumbles in your core. But he is such a good dad to Simba. He's firm, but he's supportive. But all he wants is the best for Simba, and he's trying to set such a good example. And ultimately, he pays the ultimate price to save his son, which of this list, I think he's the only one who does that of the 10 that we named. But, you could say maybe it goes against he didn't I don't know that Simba necessarily wanted to be king of everything, although he liked the idea of being king so he could boss people around. But like, was that really what he wanted as a kid? I don't know. He wanted to go play at the elephant graveyard. His dad didn't want him to do that.
Wait to be. Sorry, I'm done.
That was great, Stephers.
I really tried.
It was good.
Listen.
But anyway, I'm putting Mufasa my number one. I just don't know how you can top him. And Simba, he would have been a challenging child, really, for any parent. So rambunctious. He was always getting into trouble, but his dad loved him and came back as a cloud spirit to try to teach him things even after death, which is pretty cool. So, Mufasa, you got the goods. Stephers, I wanted to ask you if you had any honorable mention dads that you didn't put in your top 5, or any that you came to mind that you were like deserved to be shouted out.
Okay, so if you have seen my favorite movie, Mulan,
yeah,
you would think I would say Mulan's dad. No, because it was all you bring dishonor to our family. No disrespect. But Shang's dad.
Oh,
he fought for his country and he loved his son, and it really just pulls at my heart. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I like that. That's a nice little twist. I don't know that everybody would think about that, but that's good. Yeah, I try. I think if Landon were here, we might have gotten this one, so I'm going to throw this one out as an honorable mention.
Throw it.
Massimo from Luca. So I think one reason he might get overlooked is just because maybe a lot of people haven't seen this movie, but
which you should. Very good movie.
Oh yeah, you definitely should. But he's not only the father of Julia, but acts as a father figure to Alberto when the young sea monster gives up his life. And he acts as a loving and protective father throughout the film, protecting her from Alberto and Luca when they transform into sea monsters, until his daughter sets her father and the rest of the town straight about sea monsters. But he's a good dad. He seems like he's one of those dads that has like the hard exterior. You look at him and he looks tough. He looks intimidating, but he's got a heart of gold and he just loves his kids. And
I love that honorable mention, to be honest with you.
Yeah. So throwing that one out there. I would love to throw in the dad from Onward, but really you only get to meet the bottom half of him for most of the movie. So who knows if he was a good dad? He wasn't around. That
was really tragic. You really did not have to throw that one in.
He was half a dad, if we're being honest.
You really did have to. Wait a second. Hold on. Are we missing this movie? There was a dad in this movie.
Which one?
Oh, I guess. But if I can't think of like his impact, never mind. I cancel. I don't.
That dad is canceled. Whoever he was.
That dad is not canceled. It's just
I thought about mentioning.
Not worth the honorable mention.
I thought about mentioning King Triton because even though he's
well,
let me tell you why. First of all, he just wants to be protective of his daughters. At the end of the movie, like, he accepts that Ariel wants what she wants and she wants to live her own life, and he grants her that, knowing that like he had to give up and let go and let her move on. I mean, that's a tough thing for a dad to do, and it wasn't like he was a bad dad. He wasn't abusive. He was just protective and sheltering. I don't know. So he wasn't in my top 5. I'm just saying,
Okay, I guess. Fine. Fine. I'll let you have it, I guess.
Thank you, Stephers. It is the day after my day, after all, so I should. That
is true.
I should get one.
Honorable mention to the dad from Turning Red as well. Turning Red, underrated movie. Please go watch it.
Very good. Yeah. Yeah, so if we've mentioned any of these dads and you haven't seen these movies, these are good family movies, good recommendations. Go gather around the TV with your friends and family.
Lion King!
Yes!
Okay.
It's a beautiful movie. It's so good. That Elton John soundtrack, it's great. All right. I think that's going to do it for today. Stephers, thank you so much for joining me on this post-Father's Day Monorail. Before we wrap things up, let's tell people what you've got going on Sippin' and Bitchin'.
There will be a new episode on Wednesday. We are covering the 5th book overall, but 4th book in the From Blood and Ash series. So if you like fantasy books or if you like reading, it's probably a podcast you should check out because I'm pretty cool. My best friend's pretty cool, and we're just two cool beaches.
Readers.
Okay, yeah, that too. But you could check me out at Adventures with Stephers everywhere. Except Twitter. Twitter, I'm It's Stephers. It's not important because Twitter's not very important to me, but Adventures with Stephers, and I link everything. Also, fun fact, Discord, we have a Morning Monorail Discord, and I think you guys should join because I'm going to pitch an idea for a family movie night.
Oh, that would be fun. I like that idea.
I have some good ideas sometimes. And Passholder Lounge on, not tomorrow, but next Tuesday. And it's an event in the Discord.
No. It's tomorrow.
No, it's not tomorrow. The 13th? It's the 18th.
Stephers. People are listening to this on Monday the 17th.
Oh, yeah, it's tomorrow then. Yeah, listen. I don't know what today is. Today's Wednesday. Listen, I thought today was not. Yeah, so tomorrow. But it's still an event in the Discord, so you don't forget because it'll alert you right before it goes live. Yeah. And there's a link to the Passholder Lounge in there. See, I just do all the work for you.
She does. She takes care of everything, which is great because I take care of nothing.
You take care of all of us because you're Zaddy Monorail.
Thank you.
Had to get one more in there.
Want to hear it one more time. Yeah, we've got a lot of options. Actually, I did get a request. Somebody used the form on the website and requested the link to join the Discord, which I did send to them. So if you are listening to this right now and you did not get the link that you were expecting to join the Discord, reach out to me. Like, I don't know if you're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I sent it to your email or check your spam folder and I can send you another link. Steffers also mentioned that we could post a static link to the Discord and maybe we could put it in the Facebook group so people could join. I didn't even know that was an option. So maybe we'll do that too.
Yeah, I'm here to make everyone's lives easier, including myself. I was pointing to myself and I realized y'all can't see. So...
Well, but we are, I'm excited. I feel so anxious and excited about meeting this new person that wants to join the Discord family. That's going to be a lot of fun. But we have a lot of other options. We've mentioned them all. You can join the Monday Morning Monorail Fam Facebook group and interact with us there. We post we post news. Steffers is posting polls. We post comments and observations, and I post my pictures and videos from the parks. It's a good time. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Morning Monorail. You can visit our website, morningmonorail.com, and it has links to pretty much everything. Make sure that you subscribe to Monday Morning Monorail Podcast on YouTube and help us get to 1,000 subscribers. We're climbing. It's not moving at the rate we need it to move, so help us, please, get that thing going. And I appreciate all your help there. I'm Justin_Monorail if you want to follow me on stuff. And otherwise, you can just hang out with us here. We appreciate the fact that you listen to this show. You're amazing. Landon always says you are the best fans, the best listeners. The Monorail fam is the best in the biz. We know it. You know it. And we're not the biggest group, but we are the best group. We got a good thing going here, and let's keep it going. So come back next week, and we'll do another one of these things. Also, join us tomorrow night. It'll be a lot of fun. Tuesday night on the Passholder Lounge YouTube, 8 o'clock. We'll see you there. Whether or not we see you there or right back here next week, please remember to thank a cast member, thank a team member, be excellent to each other, and party on, dudes. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.